Welcome back, War Room fans. Game 8, Part 2. We're going to start up at the start of game turn 8. So here's where we left off. And, you know, America and Japan just basically keep trading naval units, but Japan does have the edge in capital ships. But, you know, China, this has just been a slug for 7 turns, basically. But China's looking like they're trying to eventually overcome the British here and the Chinese. So we'll see what happens after orders. Okay, after orders of turn 8, Japan went first. Everybody else filled in. United States is just coming on over. America's got another fighter and a bomber out here. Got our little engagement out here in P12. United States jumped into P14 with some fighters and an amphibious assault group. Japan brought down some land units down there off the coast of Celebes and came up into P0. And then Britain's just letting China take it in the shorts. So they're not helping them out, and then they're going into Singapore down there. So that's where we stand after orders of turn 8. Okay, back after turn 8. So the big battle in P12 happened. They killed both the U.S. subs, but they took out his carrier. That was a pretty impressive dice rolling there, or luck, depending on how you look at it. So we didn't have really any battles over here. We convoyed them for an iron and an OSR in P14. Britain did take Malaya, or Singapore. The poor Chinese got crushed in C3. Right, see, the British got some reinforcements coming over. America landed all those fighters in Malaya. So Japan built another battleship and a cruiser. So that's where we stand at the end of turn 8. So let's see what happens after orders on turn 9. Back after orders in turn 9. So the U.S. bid 8, Japan bid 5, and Britain bid 0. So U.S. jumped right off the bat, so they could pin down in the P12 on an equal stack. There's 4 against 4, I believe. No, it's 4 against 3. The United States sent off their bombers into P0 to go after those convoy routes. The Americans got the 64th off into the Philippines. America and Britain came down to P16. Now, Japan did that amphibious assault with those guys to come up into Thailand. And they're moving guys down the coastline now. You can see the 65th came over. We got our big throwdown in Burma. So that's where we stand. The U.S. brought the 4th over, so they got one more reinforcement fleet coming. So that's where we stand at the end of, or middle of turn 9. Okay, guys, back at the end of turn 9. So we had the big throwdown in P12. The U.S. came in with that carrier and a bunch of subs against his 2 battleships and a sub. And we actually sank all his subs. I mean, all his battleships. Got an insane roll of 5 reds on the second batch to sink them down to the bottom. Those convoy routes up there hit all 3 OSR, all 3 iron, got into the Philippines, took that. They came into Burma, and it was mutual annihilation from both sides. And that's where we stand after turn 9. So I think Bryce is going to throw in the towel here. What do you say, Bryce? We go on another turn?
No, it was over 3 turns ago.
Okay. So the towel has been tossed. So, playing the Pacific theater. I thought it was interesting just in the sense that, you know, it took 9 turns to reach this point. And, you know, we got lucky on that turn there. I mean, we've had like 2 battles where, you know, we got lucky. Bryce had 1 battle where he got lucky, but it starts turning into this whole, you know, the naval aspect of the game. It's almost like we just keep trading ships. And over here, you know, China's gone basically, you know, and now Japan's got all these land reinforcements. There's nothing India can really do to stop it at this point. He's just physically got too many guys. But if you translate that out to the global game, I mean, if we're talking going into turn 10, we don't even know what's happening over the Europe map, and Japan hasn't even done anything to help the Europe map because we're playing the Pacific scenario. So that's one of the things about this, you know, when Bryce and I were talking about the victory conditions, you know, granted, this is the first time we just played this scenario, so we were just kind of moving along. I'm sure if we really played it a couple of times, we'd strategize a little bit more and realize there's certain things you have to do or key places you have to go, but this is how it ended. So, yep, let's give you guys a kind of a final scan of the land. And that's where we go. So I know in the video series, Coach and our other friend Chip haven't been around because of the COVID stuff, but they're itching to play again. So at some point here, we'll have another big global game where we actually have 4 guys. Maybe invite some guys that I've been trying to get games with on Board Game Geek to come on over, so maybe we could get a 5-6 man game. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's how the Pacific War scenario ended. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.